All right. So it's episode 15 of Bikini Besties podcast, and I'm Lauren.
Kaylia.
Stephanie.
And today we're talking about handling show day and show weekends. But per usual, before we jump into our topic, we'll do our little prep/life update. So, yeah, who wants to start?
I'll go.
I
I feel like I don't feel like I have
you.
much, but yeah, we are 3 weeks post show, so we're just reversing. I don't know, nothing too exciting. We've increased my food a little bit each week, anywhere from 60 to 100 more calories, and we've dropped cardio a little bit each time. So I'm doing like a good, really comfortable amount of cardio, nothing to complain about at all, and I'm eating pretty dang good.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. And we're staying in a good like leanish, tight-ish, I don't know, physique, and I feel good. I feel like this week was weird. I felt like I was back in prep this week. I don't know, it was weird. My body was just like super tired. I don't know if I was just busy with work and like busy with life and things, and maybe that was what was draining me, but I just felt like I was like, oh my God, am I in prep again? How am I eating this much food and doing this little cardio and feel this tired? But we're feeling a little bit better. And yeah, I don't know. We're just, lifts are feeling good. Training's going well. I'm really, really hyper focused on just like lifting really intentionally in the gym, like thinking about engaging my glute before I move weight, like not just moving, like not just doing the movement, but like squeeze, engage, like using my glutes, like the upper, the low, like a whole part of my glute in all my lifts. So really just thinking more while I'm lifting. That's been just like my biggest like homework, like thing that I've been doing, just because shaping my glutes and growing them is the focus. So yeah, I don't know. I'm implementing. We have what's called the newbie fit here at our gym that's local here, and so I'm implementing that again once a month just to help, just kind of with keeping my glutes engaged and turned on, and it does. I do notice it helps me. If anyone doesn't know what this is, they're these like I don't know how to explain this device, but they're these electrical pads that go on your glute or muscle that helps stimulate muscle fibers that you may struggle with activating. And so that's the very Kaylia version of
you
that.
Got it. You got it. That's right.
That's how it
That's
works.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's a direct
so-
current.
Yeah.
Not like tins that's alternating.
Right.
It's a direct current that stimulates the muscle fibers.
That. And so we put them on my upper outer glutes, and then also my whole glute, but upper outer and then my lower, depending on the exercise that I'm doing. And I only use it for about 30 minutes, just at the start of my workout to get them turned on and fired on, and then finish my lift by myself. But so I'm doing that once a month, and then I'm also going to be working with there's a trainer at my gym that's really good about Cody. It's actually Marlon. I'm going to be working with Marlon once or twice. He's really good about teaching different cues in lifting and using your toes and your feet for glute activation and gripping the floor and stuff. So he's going to help me with my deadlift movements, my squat movements, and with how to just make sure I have like just all the tools in my toolbox, like when I go into lift by myself, that I can think of and use while I'm lifting to really help my glute engagement and glute activation and growth. And so, yeah, just kind of reaching out to some different things to really just have a plan in place to just make sure that when I get like hyper focused on growing my glutes, I'm just like, okay, all the
All
experts,
in.
please come help me. And so that's what I'm doing. That's my focus there. But yeah, it's been good. I don't know, the diet part has been easy for me. I had my first little untracked thing. It was a donut. It wasn't like I just had a donut.
It was little.
Yeah, it was a little
cute.
baby cute donut. I love vanilla icing cake donuts. And so it was National Donut Day, and I was like, you know what? I can do this. And so I had one donut, and which is like my little stupid win is like normally my husband and I would like go get like a million donuts, and I'd be because I want a bite of each one.
All the flavors.
And once you take that one bite, then I'd be like, well, I need a round 2 of the bites,
obviously.
and then a
We
round
can't waste
3.
these.
And then where did the
so-
donuts go? Ronnie, you ate them. Ronnie, you definitely ate them.
It's just so unnecessary. So this time we went in and we just got one each and just one donut. And I was like,
awesome.
okay, I was fine. That was good. Did that. Check. And weight actually went down. And it's not a weight thing. I don't care about the weight. That's not. But it's just a sign of like, to me, it's a behavioral thing of like you can
controlling
just do this and controlling it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we'll go like another week or so of tracking, and I think we're gonna do like a free meal, and see how that goes. But we're good. We're good.
I think you're doing amazing with your
Yeah, I think so too.
And clearly, even like with your hunger, like the foods that you've been re-implementing, definitely focus on nutrition. Like your big salads. Oh my gosh, I look at those and I'm like,
Someone asked
that.
me. I didn't put like the ingredients on any of yesterday. I did like a food of the day or a. What are those called?
Full day of eating.
Full day of eating. And I just put the macros, but I didn't put the actual ingredients, which I don't know why I didn't do that. I'm like, I don't know. And because someone asked me what was in that salad, and I'm like typing it out, and I was like, that's how many ingredients are in that salad? I didn't really think about, guys, it's like a lot.
Yeah.
Like this salad might be 5 pounds. Like, okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But I'm going to weigh it. I'm going to weigh the bowl tonight, and then and then obviously I weigh everything, but like, I'm going to see how much that goes in me at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and my stomach is like legit full. Like when I eat this salad.
But it's all nutrient
stuff.
stuff. Like you're doing more fruit and
strawberries. I'll tell you right now. Blueberries, strawberries, sweet potatoes, cauliflower, asparagus or green beans. I air fry them and throw them in. It's good. Cody, don't give me that face.
That's so funny.
Goat cheese, salsa, some of this like pico de gallo stuff. Romaine lettuce, spinach. I'm missing something. Ahi tuna, poke ahi. Or I do turkey tenderloin. Just depends what meat I'm using. I just threw in crap.
Yeah.
And
sounds like kitchen sink.
it is. It's like a
Big
kitchen
bowl.
sink of salad.
That's
It
funny.
is so good. And then I make my own dressing. So it's Dijon mustard, apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and stevia.
Yum.
It's so good.
Oh my
and
gosh.
like so it's like
I just like the volume. I like the How long does it take you to prepare it?
20 minutes to cut everything up and like air
20
fry it in the
minutes.
microwave.
Yeah, see,
To
I
make
can't
a
do that if I'm
salad.
hungry. If I'm hungry, I'm like, oh my god, the salad better be ready. You almost could pre-prepare some of it and then throw. No.
I just make it's my other meals I pre-prepare in the beginning of the day. Those 3 meals.
Okay.
This is my one where I make.
Yeah.
I'm making Ronnie his dinner, so I make our dinner.
Yeah.
This is my dinner meal.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I sit down and eat it,
Yeah.
and like I'm done for the day
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just cut
Except
up
for the
everything.
creamy.
Except for the creamy.
Yeah.
That's dessert. That's dessert.
Yeah.
after that salad. So, which I even sometimes I get to that creamy and I'm like, I don't want it. I'm just
Really?
full. That's how big this
Oh
salad
my
is.
gosh, that
It's
is
so
crazy.
big.
That is
Like,
crazy.
I'm gonna weigh it. I want to weigh, so I was like doing my food of the day thing, and I'm like, the volume I'm eating right now is insane because I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm hungry, but I'm so hungry. And I'm like, I need to. I guess I do weigh all my food. I can just go on my fitness pal.
Yeah, and just add it all up.
And I would
Yeah.
tell me how
many?
weight of food
Yeah,
I'm eating all
yeah.
day.
No,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, do it.
I'll
I
show
want to
you
know.
one later.
You're
You
right.
should.
That's
It's
funny.
like 10 pounds of food. I do not want to weigh myself at night.
Yeah, no.
Nope. That's a hard no.
Yeah,
That's
I
don't
never,
wanna see that
ever
number.
weigh myself at night. Like
That's
I
funny.
just,
No.
I think it would do more harm to my like.
But even though we
Mental
don't
health.
Mental
know
health.
why, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I would know it's like food. I'm a big water drinker. I'll drink almost 2 gallons a day, and so it's like food and water, and I eat like my workout meals, so most of my carbs and stuff at night and stuff. So it's like, yep, I would be really that would be so
I'm
hard
a
for me
good
to
probably
do.
5 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easily 5
I
pounds.
like-
For me, it's usually 5-6 pounds.
5, 6.
It's just worth not looking for me.
Yeah.
I would be like so upset, even if I knew. But
It's good. So I just keep adding. I'm just hungry, so I just keep adding veggies to things. I'm just like,
Yep.
just more zucchini,
Yep.
more asparagus.
well, it's cool that because you're letting your body crave things that it's like very nutrient, like
Yeah.
vegetables and things like that are like really going to be like, health focused, and instead of like letting yourself crave like, oh well, I'm gonna fit in like this cookie and I'm gonna fit in this donut and I'm gonna fit in, in like a lot of processed sugars.
Yeah.
And then I think that would make it harder for your body to respond. So I think it's like responding so well because you're literally feeding it the nutrients
Yeah.
it's craving.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not really someone that cares to like. Here's how my brain works. I don't really care to fit in things. I rather just be 100% most of the time, and then once in a while I have that donut.
Yeah.
That's how I am. And because I could have fit in that donut, and that would have taken up like a whole meal, and I would have been like that salad. I wouldn't have been able to eat. If you have to think about it, that donut's like 250, 300 calories. Like it was a little like, and my salad is, that's actually almost 500 calories. So like, still, I will only had half the salad and like that little donut. Like to me, I'm just like, meh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you'd rather have the salad.
Yeah, I'd rather have the whole
The
big
more
giant
volume.
salad.
Yeah, the big
Yes, and
bowl
it's
of
so good.
something.
And so I rather just every once in a while I can just have like be so on point and have that nutrient dense foods all the time that I have this donut every once in a blue moon, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
If not in prep.
Yeah, when not in prep, yeah.
Yeah. The more life balance phase, but
Yeah.
it's good.
But how
All
are
right.
you doing in
Well,
prep?
Yeah, you're the one
In prep.
in
We know you
prep.
flip flop.
Right, it's so weird because like when we started the
all
podcast,
in
you
it.
two were like going into your shows,
Yes.
and now you guys are going into improvement season
Yes.
phases, and I'm getting deeper into prep. So I've been in prep for 16 weeks, so 16 and a half now, because my check-ins are midweek. And things are good. I did like the math. I'm down about 14 pounds from the start, and we estimate I'll need to like about another 10-ish for like our goal weight, maybe, possibly. It depends on how I look at that weight. Like just like you guys said, do I need to be 2 pounds leaner, or do I need to be
Yeah.
2 pounds more? Or do I need to fill out more? So the 10 is a very estimate. So we'll see how I look. My weight loss has been really, really slow the last week and a half or so. I was dropping a pound steadily, but like this week I haven't really had any drops. But, we're just making changes to the plan, sticking to it. I'm seeing visual changes, and I think the visual changes are,
was really important.
yeah. Like we shot some photos this weekend. Cody, we did some little bit of content at the gym in Ontario. Yeah,
Been
and
there.
it was crazy. I was like doing like ab pictures, and I was like, I have 10 more pounds to lose, and we're looking at my abs. Like, this is cool. So it's like, things are happening.
Good.
So I'm not like, I'm just patiently doing what we need to do. And I've been kind of moving my macros around a little bit to try to have a balance of volume in certain meals, and then some that are like nice digestible and stuff around my workout, and at night too. So I moved to more of my like volume fibrous type vegetable meals to the morning because I work out at night, and then I have more quick carbs around my meal for pre and post. So I've kind of like rearranged my day like that. And then speaking of creamy, so
Oh, yeah,
I didn't post. I usually post on my Instagram about the creamy. We have a little thing called like Anthony and I call the Creamy Chronicles because he has a hilarious relationship with my creamy. If you know, you know. If you followed me. But when I first got my creamy in November, I only had it a couple weeks, and I was running it, and the blade, if you don't like make sure the top is like even or level, there's like sometimes when it freezes, there's like a little bump, the blade will shift and it like strips out the center of it, and mine like pretty much caught on fire and was like smoking and like burned up. And I got mine through Walmart, and they did a nice easy exchange because it was like, I just said it was defective and they gave me a new one for free. So I had my second creamy, and then just this last week it did it again, but I was careful, so I don't know what happened. It just like I was watching, and it was like it made like a screeching noise, and all of a sudden pop, and I saw like sparks and like red like looked like a little mini flame like
a firework like
inside the creamy inside my thing, and I was like, oh my god. So I like run over there and rip the plug out of the wall, and I'm like,
out.
oh. And so Anthony and I like tried to make it work again, and like because it didn't look like it was like too.
I would not have turned that back
I
on.
know.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like,
that so far out of my kitchen.
Right?
I was like,
But
then
she's like, this is my dessert.
True, that's
right?
I was like, I need this meal because I've already done all my macros for the day. This is exact what I need left.
What?
That's
Oh my
all I
God.
wanted. I was kind of upset, so that's probably why I didn't post about it. But
At least it
then
was only kind of. I would have thrown a full blown tantrum.
there
full
may have
blown.
been like a single tear, or
Right? I'm like, I
so.
100% would.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's like when your oatmeal overflows and you have to go to bed, or like you're heading out the door and you're like,
It's always when you're heading
Oh,
out the door.
yes,
Oh,
right? It's
yes.
one of the two. I'm
When
like,
you're
that
late,
frustration
definitely.
goes from 0 to 100 really quick. So I
Okay.
can completely understand.
Yeah. And actually, so then like Anthony, like he made sure that there was nothing from the machine in the top of it, and he like melted the stuff inside the creamy for me, like my ingredients, and he put it in the blender and like helped me make like a shake out of
That's
it.
love for someone
I-
who hates the creamy.
Yeah,
right.
So we and then like he's only a couple weeks out, and I'm the one having a tantrum over a protein ice cream.
Funny. No, that's funny.
But I've had it too long to do the Walmart exchange again, so I bought my third creamy. Technically my fourth, because I sent one to my mom. So when I went to order it again, it was like purchased 3 times. I was like, oh my god,
Oh
I'm
my
buying
God.
the fourth one.
That's funny. That's funny.
But really, technically, it's only the second purchase for myself
That's fair.
It's important.
and my third
Yeah.
creamy
Yeah.
machine.
So it came and you got.
Yeah, because they
Okay.
do like next day shipping for
Okay,
free
good.
shipping through Walmart. But this time I paid the $16 for a 2-year electrical warranty because it says
That's
for
funny.
electrical and blah 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 and all this stuff through Walmart they have like a warranty, and I was like,
Yeah.
normally I just like skip past that stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Nope.
I'm paying the $16 so I don't have to buy this again when it blows up in like 3 more months.
Oh my
I've had
God.
mine for like 3 years. Like
That's what
literally
you said.
the 3.
Did you buy it from the same place, Walmart too?
It was gifted to me.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have to buy it.
Yeah.
But I think it was back like it's the original. Like when so maybe it was
Oh.
like made better or something.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
That
know.
is so
But
weird.
it has not caused me any problems. And I have heard of so many people
Yeah.
of their creamy like blowing up and like breaking, and so many people.
There's like
That's
crazy
so
threads
strange.
about it, like on like Reddit and stuff about other people's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's a known thing. So it's no big deal. I just
Oh
bought
my
another
God.
one. Grateful to be able to afford things like that because it's clearly a luxury item. But I just really enjoy it in prep. Like
Mhm.
I just do non-fat milk and protein powder. Like it's not like I'm doing anything crazy. It's literally just a protein shake. But having it in that ice cream form.
The texture. And
It just-
it's kind of munchable. You take little bites at a time, and
Yes,
it's
you're
Yeah.
so funny.
And it's
Yeah.
like food. Like having it like the 2 days of
Yeah.
a shake
Yeah.
instead of like, I think it was like drinking my protein was just like not as satisfying when I'm this
No.
hungry. Eating it, even though it's the exact same ingredients,
Far
Yeah.
superior.
so different.
they're so different.
And I've been topping it with just like 2 ounces of strawberries, and I love it. I mean, it's not very much, but it's just like the perfect little
Still.
topper and, you
Yeah.
know, fresh
Yummy.
fruit. And there's nothing like fresh fruit, like a vanilla with strawberries.
I'm on a
Yes.
peanut butter chocolate kick right now.
Yeah. How was
Yeah.
that little peanut butter chocolate thing I gave you? Did you try it?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a little I had a little thing. It was good.
I don't know. It's
think
like it's not that good though,
it's not that good.
right? I didn't think so either.
It's not, yeah. And see, that's an example of things like I just don't like to waste my macros
No.
on those kind of things.
Yeah.
To
It
me,
looks
I'm
better
like-
outside it. Like it looks
Yeah.
better what it looked like it was gonna look.
Yeah. And
eat
for how
like.
little you get,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I'd rather just put more cashew.
Yeah.
Oh, cashews are also in my salad.
Oh,
Oh,
I
love
love
cashews.
nuts on
I
a
love
salad.
nuts.
Cashews. See?
Nuts and seeds on a
Yes,
salad are
I-
so
I
good.
do cashew. It's a crunch.
Oh my gosh.
Nuts,
So
banana, and
Oh.
chocolate.
Oh,
Those three
tomatoes.
things.
I forgot. It's tomatoes. I need to like type it out. Maybe
Yeah.
Cody, I can type it out, put a picture, and you can put it up
Yeah,
on the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, full on
Yeah.
like this
There's
is my
so much
big
stuff.
No, it's a
salad recipe.
beautiful
But that
salad.
cash-
I
it's-
love the colors and everything. It
It's
looks
just
so
so-
good.
I know. When I
Ooh.
make it, I like put the base, this lettuce, and then build everything on top.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I don't want to eat it.
You gotta
Like I'm
chop
just
up-
like I gotta
Pretty.
ruin this.
Right? It's
Chop
so
up a
pretty.
hard-boiled egg too. Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Right
on a
now I'm
salad.
liking more of the. I like having the cashews.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
fat.
yeah,
So if my
yeah.
fats go up, maybe I'll add in stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
because that would be a good idea.
I love
Yeah.
that.
But
on a
actually, once
salad.
I'm done, so like I'm kind of running out of ingredients for this salad in
Yeah.
my fridge. So my thought process was, as I run out of ingredients in the fridge, and as Paul maybe will increase my food, it's time to change the meal plan. So I think I
Yeah.
might make more of a Mediterranean bowl, and I get some
Ooh.
olives and like
Oh my
hummus
gosh.
and tzatziki sauce, and like make.
I just love this evolution of like your salads during prep versus like coming into, you know what I mean? And the volume and then the
Yeah.
different things you can add.
Salad evolution.
Salads.
Oh,
evolution.
Salad
Yeah.
evolution. Well, it just goes to show too that like you can have your macros and be doing a reverse diet, doing a prep diet, and it can be something that's satisfying and tasty. It's not a who suffered more. It's you can still have good quality whole foods
Yeah.
and enjoy your food.
Yeah.
It's literally like honestly, I got the inspiration from Zupa's. Zupa's has their salads and nourish bowls,
Mhm,
these or
mhm.
these bowls, and they have all these different styles of
That you can
bowls,
add,
and it's
yeah.
called their Nourish Bowl. And my mother-in-law got it and I brought my own food, and she got it, and I was like, I could just make all of that.
Yeah.
And that's
Probably
Where
for
it
less
started,
money
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and bigger and
Yeah.
way less calories. Mine
Yeah.
has like almost 500. This Nourish Bowl has like 1,000. So
Yeah. But like it's kind of cool that you can eat the same things during, because I do too, where I'm
Yeah.
eating the same thing during prep, but then I just add a little bit more, like
Yeah.
for like my eggs and stuff. I have chicken sausage with it when I'm more in improvement season, because I can fit in a little bit more fat or a little bit whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I take out things as I get deeper
Or-
into it.
Yes.
because you have like, because now I have like kind of the time and patience
That
to
too.
make meals like
Yes.
this. Where in prep, I'm like,
Yeah, just
there's
on the go.
no
Convenience,
time. Just feed me,
convenience.
just hurry
Yeah.
and eat it.
Yeah.
So that changes too.
Yeah.
It's like not
Yeah.
even just macros. It's like, oh, I've got a little bit more time. I'm
Yeah.
spending less time on the treadmill, so I can cut up some of this food. Make
Yeah,
an
I have more
actual-
energy to
Yes,
like
more
actually
energy.
stand there and do all of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're not also worried about like your stomach feeling as tight and little
Correct.
as
Yeah.
That's the big
possible.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because like really close to your show and pre-show, like reducing that volume so your stomach is as tight and flat as possible
Mm-hmm.
is really important. But reversing, it's like, oh, so tonight, like my stomach's just not as tight. Okay.
Yeah, I check
Yeah.
in. I'm like, I ate at like 11 p.m. A little bloated. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Um,
But anyways, how
yeah, what's
how
your-
is
what's
you?
your
I am
update?
1 week behind Kaylia, so I am 2 weeks post show. I just had on Friday my kind of phone check in with my coach, and we decided not to compete in July and August, but to reverse or maintain ish for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then start prep for late fall because I'm hoping to qualify for the 2025 Olympia. So we are going
Yeah.
for that
When's
and
the-
trying to do as many shows as we can.
September 15th.
What? No.
Oh,
What?
that's the cutoff for this year.
For this
So
year.
it's,
Yeah.
it's September 15th. For
I think
this year.
Legion is at. Is it
And then
Legion?
It's the day after.
Yeah,
It's
so
like the
Legion is an
16th.
Olympia 25 qualifier,
Yeah.
Okay.
not 24.
It's a lot of times it's the one that's like right on the border,
Got it. So
usually
those
right before or
shows that
after.
and after will be okay. Got it.
So yeah, I won't compete in September because I have 2 weddings in September, but October, November, and then I think the last show of the year is December 7th. And so then I'm hoping to compete then and then take a little reverse and then start next year. But reversing is the hardest thing for me because I don't know, just because I think it comes from the fact that when I first started competing, it was very much on and off for me with school and everything. And so when I think about not competing, I just think I'm not competing. So I'm done. But this time, I very much tried to set some improvement season goals because another big part of it is because I didn't have a lot of like muscular development feedback or conditioning feedback to work on. It's more just making my best better, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah.
So I am focusing a little bit more, yes, on intentionally lifting, but on certain compound movements that I think are not as strong as some of my other glute movements. I'm trying to work that up a little bit.
I'm probably the opposite of you. I'm probably like I'm probably flipping. I'm going less compound and more like accessory and squeezy. I'm doing like we're like kind of flipping.
Yeah,
in
because
how I'm
it's like
training.
because my activation is really good, but it's
See,
like
mine's not. So
yeah,
It's like,
so I've lost like a little bit. I think because I focus so much on that. It's I don't know what it is, but maybe like how you have like accessory muscles or accessory things that kind of come into it. Those are not as strong for me, and so as soon as I start
you just need to blend. Them.
yes, I start. Yeah, we'd be the perfect athlete. As soon as I start to lose my glute activation, like if I'm doing hip thrusts, if I get to like 8 and I start to lose it because I'm just like trying to get that weight up instead of actually activating, that's when I usually stop because I'm not actually activating anymore. But now I'm really trying to see if I can push through that and see if I can hold that activation for a little longer. Now that I have the energy to, and I'm not doing as many holds or long, tempo things, because that's what I usually focus on. I'm actually just doing the rep and seeing how far I can get. And then as I start to get back into prep, I'm going to go back to my holds and my pauses and probably lower the weight. But then hopefully at that point, my weight amount has gone up too, so then I can start to see, because I do really well with higher when I'm having higher calories, actually building through that phase. So that's what I'm hoping to do, so I can get just a little bit more density before we kind of get deeper into prep, like probably August, September or so. So I'm like July, August, beginning of August, that'll be my like build just a little bit and see if I can do it on my glutes. But I have no upper body. No upper body
None?
for a month. Just a little bit of back, a little bit
Yeah.
of rear delts. But he said if I'm starting to feel like too much, then really pull back because I definitely don't want to build anymore on my upper body. So diet-wise, I've been doing really well with getting all my meals in and trying to not have as many bites here and there, but I'm very bad with my bites. Like when people are like,
You're honest.
I am terrible. Like I'm at the office and you're like, oh yeah, we brought cupcakes from this place, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I'm not in prep. And
Let
then
me
I
taste this.
Yeah, exactly. And then I taste it and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this is not that good. This is not that
I
good.
hate that when you take a bite.
It's
and
not
you're
that
like,
good. Right? It's
It's like
just
the
not
calories
that
weren't
good.
worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've done that, and I took a bite, and I'm like, can I just spit it out? Like I'm
I
just like, I
know.
want to spit this out because it actually
I
doesn't.
know. My worst thing too is that I like certain dessert flavors, like kind of how you like caramel and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really, and I haven't used this yet, but I baked for everyone like throughout my prep, and I have this like little donut maker that I made these amazing donuts at Christmas that I never
They were
ate.
good.
I never had them,
definitely ate
and so I've been
those.
looking at this donut maker, and I'm like, I want to make my own donuts for me.
I want to know what they taste like.
But they're like, I have to make like 24. And so knowing me, I'm definitely not, no, don't even tell me to put them in the freezer or the fridge because I'm going to eat
Oh
them.
no, don't do that.
Right?
Yeah.
My fridge.
I
Yes,
can do that. I
bring
can
them
bring
to-
you the
bring them
rest,
to-
right?
I was
Because
gonna
I'm
say,
like,
could you?
I
bring
just
them
want
to
to
work.
bake. And I
Can you
also
put-
just really love baking. So I want to start baking and stuff, but I'm like, I know
You're like,
how
is
this
that bad for
road
me?
goes.
I was like, could you look up like more like a protein donut, kind of like a more macro friendly
Yeah,
donut?
but I'm also not that girl. I'm like, I'm not that girl. I'm
But
like, if I'm
no.
gonna eat a donut, I'm just gonna eat the
You're
donut.
just gonna
I'm
eat
not
the
gonna like. I'm not gonna make it because I'm not. Yeah.
Like it's not the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all the same. I'm just gonna have it and then go back to my regular meals and
There you go.
whatnot. But no, that's the only thing that I'm missing is my hobby of baking. I want to get that back, but I don't think within 68 weeks I can make that work. So we'll see. But I'm getting better. So I put up a side by side of 3 weeks post Hawaii, which was my last improvement. Yeah, it was my last improvement season.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks post this time, and it is very
Wildly
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
different. Even
you-
though I think I'm about the same like weight-ish wise, but you can totally see how much tighter I am
Yeah.
now. And so
Yeah,
that
you are.
helped keep me motivated to keep going because like you, I am so hungry. I like ate for the first time meal 2 and meal 3. I usually have, I told you guys, at around 1 o'clock for lunch. So I ate at 1 o'clock, and then I usually don't eat until like 4 or 5 o'clock. I ate at 2:30, my second
I know,
meal.
like I can't wait.
Literally. He's like, are you eating? I'm like, oh no, it's like my first lunch. I just didn't finish it all, but it definitely was my second meal. I was like, go away. But it was good. It's good. I'm still eating the same thing. I did what you did where instead of, I think I was having 130 grams of broccoli, I brought it up to like 180 grams of broccoli. It doesn't even feel like I brought it up that much, but at least it's keeping me a little bit more satiated than I might have been. But
I'm having like 8 ounces of zucchini. Like 2 of my meals
Yeah.
is like 8 ounces of zucchini each.
yeah, I
Like,
don't know
it's
what that is in grams. What is that? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you do grams.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
28
114
grams.
grams in an ounce, right?
No, 28 grams in an ounce.
How many?
Oh my god, I
ounces
knew
are
that.
8
It was
grams?
114 and
3 times 8 is 24, so 240.
240.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like more like 180. But
Okay.
maybe I can go up that far. Woohoo!
Do
I like that.
Do you like zucchini?
Yeah, I like zucchini
love
noodles. I love
zucchini.
zucchini noodles.
Oh
I've
my
been
God, you
using
gotta
a
make the
cheese
biggest
grater.
bowl of zucchini
Yes, I haven't gotten
noodles,
to, and then shredded chicken inside. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, that would be a good one. I would like that.
I'm not
And
patient enough
I-
to make the
I don't
noodles, so I
track my
cheese
green
grate
beans.
them.
I just pinch and sprinkle. So I
Oh.
guess green beans I don't.
I have an electric one.
Oh,
What is
So
it?
you
There
just
you
put
go.
it in and it's just
The
the
zucchini
oh, I have
zucchini
an
noodles.
electric one too.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yes.
the patience to do
Yeah,
that
you
or
just
make
push it through.
them. So I just use a cheese grater. And I just, it's
That
so
works.
easy.
That's a
yeah,
good
that
idea.
works too.
I love it. I have
Yeah.
a cheese grater that has like the extra thick
Yeah.
chunk, so it's like big pieces of zucchini.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
But I just grate it, and then it's super easy to saute.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
can't
It's
do it
thick.
manually anymore. I literally put my KitchenAid on and it just goes right through.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't have one of those. So
Right,
cheese
I know,
grater.
Right? No, I like that.
I do the little cheese grater for the zucchini that goes in my egg whites, and then I do the big cheese grater for like if I'm just having zucchini and chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really
I
good.
know. I like that. I like that.
I totally had that
But I
yesterday.
like that we all have like kind of goals over this like
Yes.
next little bit because 6 weeks is gonna go by
It'll go
like that,
so
and then someone's
fast.
gonna start talking to me and be like, "You're still in prep again?" Yes. Again.
Yeah.
I am. I'm back.
Right. I'm back.
It goes fast.
Right.
Or not fast enough. I feel like I've been in prep forever, but I haven't really that long. 16 weeks is not that long.
No, you still got it.
So, which just chip away. Well, that kind of brings us to our topic, I guess. So handling a show day and show weekend. I was thinking about this and I was like, God, it's been so long since I feel like it's been forever since I've been on stage, even though because my last show was in September last year. And you guys are fresh off just what, 2 and 3
Wait, your
weeks,
last
right?
show was September of last year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
September.
It does feel like longer than that.
It does. Like September's not that long
It's
ago.
not, but-
No, it hasn't been a year.
But I feel like, I mean, I've had a whole improvement season and I've been
Yeah.
in prep for a long
Sasquatch,
time.
right?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
Sasquatch Pro was my last show. And yeah, I don't know. It just seems like longer since I've had a show weekend. So I was like thinking of all the things and I was like, goodness, like prep's going to be coming up. I need to get a suit.
Yes,
I gotta do all
update the jewelry.
I need
do
to
all the
like
things.
start preparing to how to handle my own show weekends here
Yes.
coming up, hopefully soon.
Yes.
We'll get there. Yeah, and I've been getting ready to pack and make arrangements we're going to Florida for Anthony's show in 2 weeks. So I'm like,
That'll kind of get you back in the swing of things.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
at least I get like a test run show weekend where it's not about, I don't have to worry about me.
Right.
Yeah.
But it reminds you of all the things, kind of, because guys
Yeah.
are probably less. Than
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
girls,
schedule. So I guess that's like before you even go into the show weekend, you kind of have to like prepare schedule wise, like traveling
Mm-hmm.
and getting there, or if you're not traveling, just even booking things.
Mm-hmm.
Funny story. I just remembered this. My very first show, I'm such a spreadsheet person. I literally went in Excel and made an itinerary for like the entire like Thursday, Friday, Saturday and I like had it like with like columns of like who needed to be where, like where when my parents needed to like show up, like what parts they like you can come at this time because I'm doing this. And I literally like had a printed spreadsheet itinerary that I like printed and like
You'd
gave
be a
to my
perfect
mom,
project
gave to my
manager.
boyfriend at the time. Yes. It was
I'm like, I would hire you.
I know.
For a project manager
it's
role.
too much. It's too much.
Yeah, yeah. She's not as scary as she sounds. I went to Sasquatch Pro and
I don't do that
we were
there.
relaxed. We were relaxed.
I don't do that anymore. I was just so nervous, I think, and
Yeah.
like so I like wanted to make sure I
Didn't
had
forget anything.
all
Yeah.
the things, and like I even highlight color coded it. You know?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I wouldn't do that now.
Now what I do is I have like my little OneNote system, and I have a
Mhm.
tab for my season, and I write out the show that I'm doing, and I make a list. So like the show, the date of the show, and then I make a little bulleted list of like, okay, what are all the things I need to book, and so I'll put like in that list I compile like the addresses. So like venue is here, check-ins, date, time here, like because some shows have different locations for a check-in tanning or the actual show part.
Yeah.
It's kind of rare, but it does
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And so I've had it happen to me. And so anyways, yeah, I do like where the venue is, where check-ins is at, where tanning is at, where hair and makeup is at. And so I can make this list of everything I need to go in and book, and then I just start booking it, and then I write next like booked or reserved or whatever once it's completed. I'm organized by color. So like yellow means it's pending, green means we're good to go, red means like I'm waiting for a reply on, like I have my own little color system. But anyway, so I do that, and then and I work back, so I like look at like when the check-in date is. And I didn't always do this. I did this as of this season because I like booked all my flights and everything for my first show or whatever show it was. I don't know when it was, but my second show because he was coming, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. And I booked all my flights and stuff, and then I realized when I was like making my check-in thing, I was like, oh, check-in's this day, and I was like, wait, but we fly in this day. And then so I had to go cancel the
Yes.
flights,
Oh my
rebook
gosh.
all these new flights, and
Yeah.
like so now what I do is the first thing I do is go look at where check-ins is at, day and time, put it on my calendar, and then I work backwards and I pick my flights from there. So I do that, and then I schedule everything else. So then once check-ins is there, I book my flights of when I come in. Then I book tanning. Like, okay, I want tanning to be here, and then I look at when pre-judging is, put that on my calendar, and then I'm like, okay, I need my hair makeup like appointment. I mean, typically for hair and makeup though, you're waiting for them to get back to you on the time.
Yeah, but you can
But-
usually like block out like, okay, it
Yeah.
needs to be before 8 a.m. or
Yes, before 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And tanning will be usually before that. It just depends. But like, that's what I do. And then put when finals is at, so if it, and then I just put on my calendar. So like, I know where I'm going to be in all these times. And then I kind of fill in like, okay, so I'm going to go to the gym, then here. and get my last like lift in. So then I like work around those
Yeah.
and I build out the gym time, posing time, and then when I'm gonna like prep my meal, like I don't know, that kind of stuff. But that's how I organize it from getting there.
Yeah.
And it's especially important to look at like the show schedule for check-ins when you're going to a national show, because a lot of times there's multiple days.
Yeah.
Like North Americans runs, I think, Wednesday through Saturday. Yeah, Wednesday through Saturday. And so it's like people could be like checking in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Because like Anthony and I did that show together, but we were 2 days apart in competing. Like we had a day literally in between where we like were just like waiting in the hotel. Like he was done, pro card done,
Yeah.
and I still had like a whole day to just wait. And then it was finally my show
It's
day.
the longest 24 hours.
Yeah, and that actually happened to us at Legion too.
Oh, really?
He competed on Friday, and then Saturday was the amateur show, and Sunday was the open pro show. So we literally had a whole day to sit in between there too.
Oh no.
And he's always done first in
Yeah.
both of those, so he
Always.
gets to eat, and I'm
you're
just like.
waiting to
Do all the
eat.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, even though typically show days are Saturdays, it's always really important to check what your day you're competing, what day you're checking in.
And just
especially at big
re-looking
shows.
at the schedule in general, because sometimes there can be little changes. So making sure you go to that show's website, make sure that everything that you understand. I always even triple check and make sure I'm registered.
Yeah.
I don't know, for
Oh
whatever
God,
reason,
could
my
you imagine
OCD, yeah,
getting to a show.
right. Just thinking that you didn't register or
that's a-
something like that. So
Some
I
will let
always
you register. Pro
triple
shows
check.
won't, but some amateur shows you can register at when you get there.
Yeah.
It's just usually costs more.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
true.
I
It's like
would
a late
recommend it,
fee.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So I just triple check that's there. Make sure that I'm going to the right place.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
and shows like the one here in Idaho, they have AM and PM sessions, and men are in the morning, and women don't even start till like 3 or 4 p.m. for prejudging. So it's always good to check too. Like you might not need to be doing makeup at 5 o'clock in the morning if you don't compete until 3 o'clock
Right.
or even the venue I think opened at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for women. So yeah, just really paying attention to which part you're in.
Yeah.
I-
I have.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I have a little like note on my phone that's just like show day prep, and it goes 2 weeks or 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, week of, peak week, and then I have like little bullet points that I check off as I go. And so as soon as I check it off, it goes to the bottom and it's checked and it's done. So I kind of do something similar, just not with the color coding.
Just
But
without the colors.
Not without the color coding, but usually I actually update that list every show I have. If I run out of something or something's low, I'll put it like star, order blah, blah, blah. So that like 3 weeks before I'm not like, oh my God, because who remembers? Because I do my own tan. And so like for me to go and check the supply of everything, I actually just ordered another round of everything just because it's getting a little bit low and I'd rather have extra than have not enough.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So no, that's one thing I do is just update it. And if I forget something or if I see something that someone else has and I'm like, oh, I should bring that next time, then I'll
I
update
think-
my list.
Yeah, I think what's kind of safe, is, and especially for amateurs, because with amateurs you typically have like a show you're targeting ish.
Yeah.
And then with the national level, you typically have a show because there's only a certain
Yeah,
amount of shows throughout
yeah.
the year. But is kind of when you're at that like 8-week out mark, like 10 weeks. Sit down and plan what you need to get done in the next 10 weeks. So like just that at that 10-week out mark, even if you don't end up competing, just plan it out. Write it down, whether it's a note in your phone or on a note in your computer, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is. Write out, what do you need? You need your suit and you need jewelry and you need your, all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
You need to book hair and makeup. You need to register. You need to get your NPC card. And so write that, make a list, and then now organize that list.
Yeah.
Okay. This many weeks out, you're going to do these things. A lot. Also sit down and like look at what things you need to buy, like off Amazon for like packing your bag. And I do that too. I'll sit down. I'm like, okay, here's my list of things. Go check my stock, like you're
Yeah.
tanning.
Yeah.
Like, go check like the things that I need. I've got earring backs and I've got a sewing kit. Like
Yeah.
this stuff, go check it. Make sure
That
like
everything's good. And the
everything's
earlier
good.
you do it, the better, because one, you don't want to wait until like 2 weeks out peak week because your energy will be
Yeah.
much lower than you think. And then the other thing you can do, because it's like so costly, is that if you start, 8 to 10 weeks out, you can put these things on one credit card bill,
Yeah.
and then the next cycle put these things on that credit
Spreads
card bill
out
so that you
your
can spread it out.
funds.
Yeah, because
So
that
you're
makes
not-
a huge difference. Right? It's 30
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Right?
Not hit hard show weekend with like
Right.
show week, like, oh shoot, I spent all this this money right now because you're buying the pictures,
photos.
and
Yeah, photos and
Yep.
videos. I usually separate those out. I'll put photos
Yeah.
and videos like 8 weeks before, and then hair and makeup usually that cycle, just because it's a little bit easier to kind of split up. It helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Spread out the expenses of the things that you're buying for show weekend.
And then just kind of keep looking through that list each week as you get closer and closer to the show to make sure
Yeah.
you're staying on top of everything. You don't get overwhelmed because it is overwhelming. The
Yeah.
things you got to do, get done, and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I would say like getting to the show. You typically a show is on Saturday, but that can change. But get there, like for example, if it's on Saturday, usually I get in on Thursdays. Like that's just the safest bet is a Thursday. So I don't. Yeah, Thursdays. It's just,
I would say
that's where I
Thursday.
feel
If
the
you
most
can do
comfortable.
That's
Thursday,
what I
do
do
Thursday.
usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's Thursday night, still Thursday.
still Thursday.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Just in case there's flight delays, cancellations.
Yes.
The day before your check-in day.
Yes.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
day
Gives you some
before.
time to relax, water, and things
Yeah,
like that.
we
can level
had-
out.
Yeah, when I was going to Junior USA's, we were supposed to get in at a certain time. Like it would have been perfect, and then there was just storms, and so we got delayed 4 hours, and we didn't get in till way later in the evening. But that could have got delayed again. That could have got because it kept getting pushed out for 4 hours. So but even though it would have been annoying, if it went into Friday, I still had time to get to check-ins.
Yeah.
And so just
Your stress level's still low.
yeah. So try to get there the 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The day before check-ins is
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then from
Yeah.
there, so
Check-ins is pretty straightforward. Make sure when you get the things that they give you that you put it somewhere safe, because
number.
you 100% need that number.
put the
Yeah.
number on your bikini.
Yes, that's
so
a great
typically your
tool.
bikini is in some kind of bag or case. Just immediately put it in there. Keep it there.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then that bag needs to go in your competition bag.
Yes.
Just to keep it there.
Yes, and I have another list that I have for just my competition bag, and so usually the night before I rearrange my things so I use my roller bag, like my carry-on
Yeah.
bag,
Yep.
as my show day backstage bag, and so then I just rearrange things and put everything that I need for my show day in that bag, and then that goes with me when I go to makeup.
Yep. Makeup. Yeah.
Just stays with you the whole
and
day,
tanning.
basically.
Yeah.
She does her own tan, but if you have a tanning appointment,
Mm-hmm.
I try to. It depends, but if you're not staying in the venue, if you're staying, I typically do Airbnbs now. Then I'm not at the venue, so I bring that competition bag with me because it has my food in it. It's got everything I need in it, and so I bring it to my tanning appointment. I bring it to my makeup appointment. Even if I'm coming back, I plan to come back to the Airbnb because just in case.
Yeah.
I just
It's
do.
just with you because then what happens if you have to pivot and you go straight from the makeup appointment to the venue
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
back to the Airbnb
Yeah.
because
So much easier, yes. to just
something
have it with you.
happens, your appointment got delayed, they
and
put
that's
someone in front of
best
you.
Case scenario. I think it's best if you can go to your tanning appointment, hair, makeup, venue, and
Yep.
just you're there and just hang out.
Yeah.
You don't need to go back to the Airbnb.
Yep.
Just hang out.
Nothing extra, just relax,
Just
because
relax.
sometimes schedules change. I know at Optimum they changed a little bit of our schedule, and Bikini went on right after Physique, which I have never had happen in
Yeah.
terms of order of shows. Bikini's usually last, but I was there, I was relaxed, I was ready to go on stage, and so and Arnold, the same thing. Arnold's was, I think you
So
were off
quick.
stage by like 10,
10?
right? Finals
Between
was
10
done,
or 11,
right?
yeah, something like that.
Or was that prejudging?
Prejudging and finals.
Prejudging and finals.
We were
right?
done
Yeah,
with
we were
finals
done by
before
10.
11 a.m.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
crazy.
and so that is just crazy. So you just never know.
You
So
never
just
know.
have your
And
stuff with you.
Speaking of that, so get you'll hear a lot of people be like, especially if you do bikini. Most people listening to us are probably bikini competitors. And you'll hear a lot of people say bikini's always last. Bikini goes last. Yes, it does. However, and especially this year, shows are small.
Yeah.
Shows are small this year, and who knows if that'll change and whatever. But it doesn't matter, even if it is a larger show. Just be at prejudging when they say.
When they start,
and
yeah.
you can sit in the audience with your friends and family and watch the show if you want. And then when it kind of gets closer to bikini going on, maybe go lie in the back. You
Yeah,
don't have
get
to be in
your
the back
tan
by
touched
yourself the
up.
whole time. You can go be sitting out watching the show.
And it's kind of fun. It's kind of
I
fun
think
to
so,
watch
yeah.
it and be
Yeah.
part of
Just
the event.
Chill
Yeah.
and you're there. To know that you're just there
Yeah.
You're ready, and you're just gonna watch this show
Mhm.
and wait until you have to go backstage. That's the best feeling.
It's the best feeling. The
Not
rushing
being stressed, it
sucks.
sucks. It is the worst experience
Yeah,
ever.
thinking you're going to miss your class. I've been there. It is not fun at all.
Nope.
You can't get your nerves out. You just have to run on stage.
Trying to
It's
put your
just,
suit on, your heels on, making sure you have your jewelry
no,
on.
it's
like,
not a fun. And
pumping
you,
up, glazing,
exactly.
and
And you
eating
want
your
to
food, like-
you want to enjoy that whole experience,
yeah.
right?
I feel like for me, like I spent all this money and time not just for me to be on stage; it's for the whole
the whole
weekend.
experience.
And so it's
Yeah.
like, why would I spend as much time as possible waiting till the very last second in my hotel room to potentially be late
Mm-hmm.
just to like be alone in there? Like, no,
Yeah.
like I like being at the
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
Right.
I like being there early because it's like you get to meet other girls. You get to see
Yes.
girls maybe from your team or
Yep.
something that you've only met online.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You get to chat with
Build
them,
those
take photos with
relationships.
Yeah.
them.
And there's so many factors when you're in a new city. Like you don't live there typically when you're going. So traffic, construction,
Yes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the time of
Preparing for
day.
that.
You know, like it's hard for you to prepare when you
Parking.
don't live there,
Mhm.
right?
Parking,
And so yeah.
So just plan to be there early. Like that could be like the biggest tip of this episode. Like,
Yes,
episode,
just be
is
there early. Just
It
do
is the
it.
number one thing I learned in
Yep.
competing.
Mhm.
In this season, I made sure that I was there when prejudging started.
Yeah,
Whether
I've never ever regretted it. Right?
Never.
never. Like
Yeah.
I've always regretted being late, like in
Yep,
certain things, but
always.
I've never regretted being backstage and just chilling.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have all your stuff packed with you, so you don't even need to be anywhere in your room. You just need to be there. You have food. You should have all your food with you. You should have extra food with you in case your coach wants it. Just anything you need. I feel like it's better overpack, be early,
Yes.
like over prepare, and you're fine because then you just like don't have to worry about anything. You just
Yep.
chill.
I overpack every time. It's
Oh,
incredible
totally.
to me. I'm
I
like,
pack
Cody
so
has to like
much.
sit on my bag, and I'm like, what is in there? Just
Why am I
think
taking
it's
so
the
much?
rice cakes. The rice cakes are crazy
They're
in terms of
huge.
like how they like take up space in that. Oh, it's insane.
She brought like a whole Ziploc bag, like a sandwich size Ziploc bag full of chili flakes.
That was not a
What?
sandwich bag.
was
It
like,
was
you
not. It was not my show day bag though. It was like
Oh.
for my meals, like
The whole week.
It was
a
like
whole
pound of
week. It was
chili
not a
flakes. I was like, why do you
pound.
need this?
It just looked like a pound to him because he's not a spicy person. Okay.
I'm not either, so I would look at it and been like,
He like sees me sprinkling on here and everything. I love red. Those two
you're like,
things.
no wonder you overpacked.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
funny.
totally overpack. I'm huge on overpacking.
Yeah, I kind of underpacked my Junior USA show in a way ish. Like I just lived off my little tiny meals and cereal, and then I just was like, oh, I need more cereal. I just Instacarted. Like I just
Oh, yeah.
Instacarted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not packing that kind of stuff.
Oh, I brought a griddle the last time. I
yeah, you
really
did.
overpacked for this one. I was like, oh my gosh. Because there was
I've done
one
that.
microwave for 5 floors of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I've been in college. No way. No
I've
way.
been-
No way.
Not doing that
Right?
again.
Right?
Not happening.
So I guess now that you're like you've done, so you're at check-ins. Typically before or after check-ins, you're getting your tan. If you don't do it yourself, if you are doing it yourself, you're typically doing it when you get home back to your hotel or Airbnb after
Ye-
check-ins.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, after
that
makeup,
night
yeah,
before
yeah.
you go to bed.
Yes. Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
then you're checking in with your
Ooh.
coach.
and you're checking with your coach.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to plan for. Oh yeah, so you need to plan for if your coach is there, work with them on when they want to see you and schedule that out. But if they're not there, which a lot of times your coach will be online and maybe not at the show, you do need to factor in when you're going to be at your hotel or in your Airbnb taking your check-in pictures and when they need them by.
And
Yeah.
keep communicating with them. Like, tell them when you're going to be doing stuff because like they're not going to read your mind and they're not going to be chasing you. So just keep them updated. Like, hey, I've arrived. So they like know you're there. They know you've got things going
Everything's
on.
good.
Or even like maybe in advance set like, hey, I'm going to send you check-ins at 5 p.m. when I get back from check-ins. Just like have that communication there so you guys are both on the same page and they know you're on schedule.
Sometimes making sure that you have tickets for your family and friends.
Yeah.
Prejudging finals, I would sometimes do that beforehand.
I try to do it before, just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Send
The
it
only
in.
time it kind of bit me in the butt was when I went to Optimum. I bought them beforehand,
And
and
they
then
give you 'em.
give you them.
Yeah. As
As
a
a
pro,
pro.
sometimes you get like a
Sometimes
free
you
guest.
And so, yeah, they were really, really nice to me. I wasn't even expecting this, but they refunded me back my money,
Oh,
which
that's
was
nice.
so
That's
nice
so
of them,
nice.
right? And that's kind of
Yeah.
the cherry on top of my weekend. But yeah, but just making sure that you have enough prejudging and finals, because I have gone to shows like Arnold where they run out of finals tickets
Yeah.
later on. So it's always
Yeah.
good to make sure you have those for anyone that's for sure coming to support you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then in your hotel room or even at home, highly recommend either a sleep sack or some black sheets.
Yes. Onesie.
Yeah.
That's mine. That's my go-to.
And I think I talked about it before, but like even like I take microfiber towels that are like really thin, packable like backpacking towels, because like the white towels at the hotel will get tan all over them.
Yep.
Yeah, I bring
Yep.
black towels.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I copied you and I did the sleep sack thing.
Yeah.
That worked out
Did
really
you like
well.
that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just keeps me in and then I just lay there, go to sleep.
Yeah. It's a
Um,
little cocoon.
Yeah, because I struggle with, and then I had my like, and then we're long sleeves, so obviously pants, like sweats or
Because
I
you don't want
do
any
silk
skin on
pajama.
skin.
yeah. And when I would sleep, not for some reason the sleep sack helped me just stay straight because I'll sleep like where I'll like lift a foot and like my foot's resting on my leg and it
Yeah.
like moves up my pant and I got a footprint on my tan once.
Oh,
and
jeez.
this helped me just stay straight.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
I
I
like
like that
that.
idea. So I did that, and then, yeah, I don't know. I that Friday. So when I get in Thursday, I kind of unpack all my bags, and I put everything in the kitchen. Like I use Airbnb, so I put everything in the kitchen where it needs to go, in the fridge. Put my comp bag where it needs to go. Set up the bathroom how it needs to be set up. And then the night before each, like Thursday night, I pack all my food for Friday. So even though I may be going back and forth between the Airbnb, sometimes things just run long. Sometimes the gym session run long, posing runs long, checking in with your coach, whatever the case may be, traffic. So I Thursday night pack up all my food for Friday, and it's all ready for me, and I bring it with me, and that way, no matter what happens, I can eat on time. And then Friday night, I do the same thing. I pack up all my food for Saturday show day.
Yeah.
And pack up my bag, like you said, go through the bag. and
Pre-pack everything the
Yep.
day before because it just makes like
Don't do it the
the-
day of. I used
yeah.
to do that.
No.
it makes
not.
your day so much less stressful because
Yeah.
you don't have to you're already running around coordinating so many things.
Yeah.
And what you really need to focus on is staying calm, being early / on time,
Being
Providing
present
updates to your coach.
and your physique and what your coach says.
and relaxing.
Nothing else.
Relaxing, Yeah. Yeah.
Everything else should be done,
Yeah.
ready to go, easy to grab.
Mhm.
You might even have like family or friends that are there and they like want to say hi to you and all this stuff. And it's like, you have so much going on.
Yeah.
Like,
You just want to be able to be
Yeah.
present. So the more you take care of beforehand, the more time you have to be present in the moment
Yeah.
and not be worrying and rushing and things like that. And so taking an extra meal also in that bag, in that show day bag, I always take one extra meal just in case. So I
Yep.
usually travel with about 3 at a time.
yeah. And I think like a big thing too, I've learned over the time, because like even like I was saying, like my first show, I was so nervous. I was like trying to over prepare. Also with that over preparing becomes sometimes you like panic over like little details.
Yeah.
Kind of think of like the wedding thing where like the bride's so concerned that like the flower's a slightly different shade of color in the center arrangement. It doesn't matter.
I'm like, are you talking about someone specific?
No. But like, there's little things that just like, don't panic. You have done all the work. You've prepared all these things. Let's say you get like a smudge on your tan. Don't panic. There are people backstage that will help you fix
Yeah.
it.
They can.
There are so many other competitors there too. You lost an earring back and you didn't prepare and bring extras. Okay, there are 50 other competitors there. Ask around. Don't panic. Like, people are going to be like, no, I'm not sharing an earring back with you. Probably worst comes to it, some girls are probably gonna from a different class is gonna be like, here, wear mine. Like, people are
Yeah.
friendly, people are helpful.
All
They
encouraging.
everybody wants to see you. Well, most everybody wants to see you succeed.
Sometimes at shows, depends on the size of the show. There's little booths.
Yeah.
There's little suit company
Vendors.
booths, vendors. And jewelry. My earrings were breaking at Junior USA's, and in between prejudging and finals, I went and bought new earrings just to have
That's nice.
in
Just in
case they
case.
broke. And so I did that. And now I'm like, okay, I need to restock my backup earrings. So now
Yeah.
it reminded me like,
Yeah.
okay, go buy a new pair of earrings. So I have 2, but if you can have two of things like jewelry, have two of because they're cheaper,
Mhm.
and then they break because they're cheaper. They do kind of tend to break a little easier sometimes if they're moving around a lot in your bag and everything. So
Mhm.
try to have two sets, I think, of everything with jewelry. If you can have two suits, like whether you're renting or buying, you may not be able to do that at the start, but as you collect suits or whatever, try to have a backup one just in case. I borrowed
Yeah.
Steph's for my last show just to have it, like in case anything happened, I had another suit I could wear on stage that fit me, and so.
Yeah, and shoes too.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
heels.
Yeah,
Like
I
I've
have
had
two.
plenty of examples of.
Hey, this is the first season I haven't broken them. The first
Yay!
time, right? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
like I'll have because you always you upgrade and stuff. I'll keep like my old
Yeah.
pair that I practiced a ton in. They're broken down, they're a little worn out, but I would just shove them in the bottom of my suitcase because what if something did happen to the shoes I was planning on wearing? I have at least ones I've worn and they're broken in, and I know oh yeah, they've got some tan on them, they're a little beat up looking, but hey, I got shoes.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's you can do that. That's where I didn't go and spend a ton of money having two brand new pairs of shoes. I have my primary pair, and then I'm my backup pair is actually just a pair that I've retired.
Yeah.
But they're easy to just shove in the bottom of a suitcase because over preparing, and why not? I have it and backup, and yeah, I think just the more you can prepare, the less you'll feel stress about panicking of anything. Because just don't the stress doesn't need to be there. Because again, with everything else that we talk about with this is you are doing this to have fun at the event. So if you're so just concerned about little minute details that might not even throw off what happens on stage, that stress is going to translate into your performance, the way you look on stage, your
the
face.
way you remember the weekend.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. The way you remember the weekend. You work so hard for this, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And so, like you said earlier, being present is such a big deal. So if you can eliminate those little bits of stress so you can be present, it makes the whole thing so much better, so much more fun. You look back on it and are like, I loved that weekend. It was so fun when I got to do this, or I met this girl, because you weren't running around stressed about something. You were, experiencing and meeting people and having a good time. So
It makes it more enjoyable for the people there supporting you too, that probably don't do the sport. If they're, sometimes a lot of times some friends and family members, they're not competitors, but they're there to support us. And so if you can make it a little bit more enjoyable of an experience that weekend for them, so that way if you're not a stressed out basket case, then they will be
More
like, okay,
enjoyable
this is
too.
fine. We can do show weekends.
Be nice to your spouse or boyfriend.
Yeah.
They're helping you.
Yes.
Say please when you ask them to do
that's
things.
Another thing is if you have a significant other with you, and and if they're willing to participate and help you, kind of maybe tell them things that they could help you with. There's some things that I'm like, no, I got this. I'm doing that. But if there's things that your significant other that you can handle, here, take care of this so I can focus on this. Kind of let them know what that is so that they can kind of be there for you and
and just help
take
you
the
out.
thinking out and do it ahead of time. And
No, absolutely.
yeah.
What are some things that maybe you guys have in your show day bag that you don't think any other competitor has that's unique to your show day bag, or something you do on show day that's unique to you? I'll start because I'll give you guys some time to think.
I was
Because I was thinking
put us on
about it.
spot
I was
again.
some OCD things that I do is before I leave the hotel room, I have to touch my number in my bag because if I put it in there forever ago, last night, there's just something. So my suit,
I do have my shoes.
Yeah, my suit, my passport, I touch before I leave the house because just to make sure that those two things are in there. I guess you guys don't travel with passports, but
I do. But
yeah.
My
and then
ID is expired, so I since January.
and
No
then
big
my
deal.
number and my suit before I leave for my show.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think something weird that I have in my bag would be, I always travel with a little collapsible stool, just in case.
That is weird. What?
Yeah,
That's
collapsible
cool. A
stool.
little camping one.
Yeah, a little camping one so that I can elevate my feet. Or if there's nowhere to sit, I absolutely
that was
hate
a
putting
thing.
on my heels
That's
standing.
actually a good idea.
I hate putting on my heels standing afterwards or before. I just can't stand it because I sometimes will cramp or sometimes it just doesn't feel good.
Wobbly.
So I like to sit down. So that's why I also have my little stool.
That's
So
Oh
actually
my
a good
god,
idea.
I've never heard of that. That is so funny.
weird one.
Yeah. I like that one.
I don't have anything like this.
Nothing weird.
I have a pee funnel.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Other people have that.
Some people have that.
I mean,
I'm like,
I
I don't
use
know
the
what
pee
else.
funnel thing to pee.
Is there anything weird that, or am I just maybe
I
I just
mean,
opened that question to
like-
show that I'm weird. I don't know.
I just like I pack like extra things like a hairbrush,
I've got earring backs for
lip
days.
gloss.
I could stock the bikini
Oh, yeah.
division.
lip gloss, food, salt.
I'm trying to think. I have a sewing kit.
Sewing kit, that's kind of different.
Cute.
Not
Yeah.
that many
Yeah,
people
I
have
have
I
a
don't know how
sewing
to
kit
sew,
in mine.
but
I don't know how to sew.
basically I
either.
have this so that I could be like, help.
Someone help me. Like, here's all the tools.
Here's all the tools I provided them. Help me.
I bring those little the protein sponge the applicator sponge. I put it the one that I used the night before or the morning of to put on my coat. I put it in a Ziploc bag so it has a little bit of left on it.
Oh, that's smart. So you can like
Buff out.
Then I can like buff out spots, like especially if I was sitting to like do like the back of my leg or
Mhm,
something when I
Stand
stand
or
up.
something.
that's a good
Yeah.
one. Ooh, I put hand warmers. Hand warmers I have in my
I'm never that cold backstage.
Oh, I was dying. So yeah, I used the hand warmers on my feet this time because my
On your
feet were
feet.
super cold. The AC was going in that place in
That's how
Louisiana.
Charleston was. Everything was
Whew.
cold.
Oh yeah, I guess you
I
could
was
put that on your
dying.
like something to buy like way in advance too. Is either like a robe or a long shirt or something. I
use
actually
sorry.
yeah, I was gonna say I use like I had like a almost like a jacket kind of robe.
I use an oversized flannel, like a
Yeah.
big oversized button-up flannel, so it's easy to unbutton and button, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's just big and oversized. And
I think mine's like a long sleeve pajama shirt that's like really long, like
Yeah.
a nightgown, but it's got buttons up the front.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
similar. Mine's my onesie, and then I just zip.
I love it. But it's
a
like
little hood.
having like a layer that's easy to take on and off without pulling over your head. So no
Yes.
hoodies.
Comes off
No,
of my feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to mess up your makeup and your hair.
Yes.
And you don't want to keep like to have to lift something. That's rubbing your skin in the
Yeah.
tan, and so like none of that. Just get it off, like slowly get it off, like,
And
just
always
be
black.
careful.
Black as much as possible.
Yeah,
Just so that
black
doesn't
Yeah, or
react.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't do
Or
red.
dark.
You're not
Yeah,
supposed
no
to do
red.
red because it can cause the tan to turn a whatever it does.
Greenish color. Oxidized
Yeah, it does
something. I
something. Like
forget.
don't wear red.
Yeah.
Just stick to like dark gray or black or like just
Neutral, yeah,
just
neutral
stick to that.
darks.
Yeah, neutral
Yeah.
darks.
It's also nice because sometimes I've been at venues too where like the bathroom is not by the backstage. So you kind of have to like go out to like a lobby area or like a
and
front.
put something on, right?
Yeah, so I like to like just throw on
Yeah.
something to be like walking around. Oh, also slides.
Yep, slippers.
Oh,
Not
yes.
slippers or slides, not like little like regular like
Flip-flops.
flip flops
Yeah.
because you don't want any lines across your feet.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're wearing socks or something.
Yeah. Or
Um,
footies for my
like-
for my onesies.
Yeah, there you go. But it's like then you can because like you're not gonna run around like run to the bathroom in your heels
Yeah.
like or so I always
No,
have like some
something
little
slide
black
in there.
slides that I
Yeah.
wear to
Oh, I
like
just remembered
tanning
something.
and-
Wear your bikini top to makeup
Yep. Yes.
Always wear your
or
bikini
bring
top-
it.
or
Wear
bring
to
it.
bring it.
because they usually want to take photos. And
Yep.
so I have mine under my onesie. I just zip it down and then boom, there it
Boom.
is.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's good.
another one.
Yeah, 'cause you can take pictures in
Yeah.
it. And take all the photos show day.
Yeah.
Take 100 pictures of every little
That's why you don't want to be
thing.
stressed. You want time to do those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want all the memories of that
Yeah.
show day. Like you paid for the glam or you did all the time to do the glam. Like take a ton of pictures.
I
Be
still forget.
extra.
I'm bad at it. I forget.
Or hire a photographer.
Yes,
Hire
I know.
Cody.
Yeah.
I would have no content if it
Right?
wasn't for Cody.
Yep. Same.
I would have none. I just
very
like
much.
would sit there and chill. I'm just
Yes.
like whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
basically like, here, boyfriend, this camera's set up with the settings. Go.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, yeah. And then
More
take
pictures.
the time to also relax between prejudging and finals. I think that's
Yeah.
just relax. Sometimes like I'll sit in bed and answer comments,
Yeah.
DMs, all the things. Take a nap.
I
Yeah.
usually struggle to take a nap. I'm not someone that can take a nap in between prejudging and finals. There's too much. Like I'm too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't. But I will after like mingling, checking in with the coach, get back to the Airbnb. And then I'll kind of
Just
look at
chill.
pictures and videos.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like maybe talk to some friends. And look at pictures and videos. And then I go to my Instagram and kind of answer comments and DMs and text
But you're
messages.
relaxing, so
But
just
I
make
just
sure you're
chill
off
on
your
the
feet.
I just relax and I just
yeah, maybe it's a
reset.
TV show or a podcast, whatever. Just like brings you
yeah,
to like
not a lot of engagement or talking.
Yes.
Just zoning out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that also kind of, so now we're talking kind of like between prejudging and finals. I think something important to acknowledge about it is you're still trying to enjoy your show day. So maybe if you're like, especially if you're at a larger show or something and you didn't get like the call out that you expected.
Mhm.
Like maybe you were in a second or a third call out, or maybe you were on the edge when they did their comparisons or something. I think it's extremely important to not get in your head about where it is and let it bring you down. Even for the people around you, because there's other people who are doing well and are very excited, and so it's kind of like a sportsmanship thing too. People can see you when you're backstage.
And hear you.
They can see and hear you, and it's a small community, and it's just kind of like it's always good to support others who are doing well too. Maybe it wasn't your day.
Not everyone. There's one winner.
There's only one winner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's only one winner.
Yeah.
And you just have to go into it knowing it could not be you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you just got like,
Even though you gave 100%.
Yeah.
So
It
did
just might not
she.
be your
that's the
day.
sport you signed
Right?
up for. I mean,
Just conduct yourself with grace and just think,
Yeah.
how would you want someone to act if you were
Yes.
first that day?
correct.
Would you want to hear all about how they were in third or in second calls, how they
Correct.
didn't want, to
Yeah.
do it and whatever?
And
Just be respectful, I guess.
yeah, and when you come back to finals, like just because maybe you let's say you got second call outs,
Also, make sure you come back to finals.
come back to
Yes,
finals.
come back to
Don't
finals.
don't
Do
not show up.
Not come back to finals.
Oh my god.
It's that's very poor form to
That's-
not show up, and keep it together. Don't just go binge eat cookies because you're like, well, it doesn't matter because I didn't place. It matters because if you're, especially like if you're coming to a national show,
It's
even
a national show. Like,
even if let's say you're at a show where there's national judges judging
Yes,
it,
true.
they'll see you at that national show in 4 weeks
Mm-hmm.
that you're planning on going. They'll remember you. And so if you come back and they're like, what did she do between prejudging and finals? Like, because
You're
they're
not-
watching the routines
you're not
and
taking it seriously.
they'll remember. And judges and promoters are on social media. So please be good sports.
And they're humans
on your
and
posts.
so they can
Mhm.
like they can see the stuff that you say and do, like,
Mhm.
and so how you speak about the show and judging, and it
Just be respectful to others and for yourself too. Like you don't want to bring down your whole experience
Yeah.
because of a placing or because something was subjectively happened or something out of it's like you still get to enjoy the show. You look at it as a learning experience. Be like, instead of being like, this sucks, be like, what can I learn from this? How am I going to be in a better position next time?
and I always say it's okay to, like, we work so hard for a goal, like,
And it's a competition.
it's like, I'll even at Junior USA's when they moved me out, and you just kind of know. And as you do the sport more, you get more experienced with it. You know sometimes when they make moves, you're like, okay, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
you just kind of, and so when they moved me out, I knew. And then it's like, well, sometimes, and then but I didn't know, like, I could still be in the third or fourth. I didn't know where I was. Like,
Yeah,
in the
it's hard to tell on stage
Yep.
sometimes.
And so then when they're calling the overalls, and as you like, and I realized I wasn't getting the fourth, like I wasn't getting it. There is a moment of like,
Damn it, yeah.
and like, but then it's like, it's like, well, and then I
Reset.
immediately go to this funny thing. I'm like, they're probably going to tell me to fill out my glutes. So,
Yeah.
and then
There
I'm
we
like,
go.
I'm already making a plan in my head
Yes.
of what we're going to do to fill out
Yes.
these glutes.
To
Yeah.
And so, like,
yeah.
to improve. So, like, you can, like, have your little moment. We work so hard. We want this so bad. And that's good to want that. It's good to be passionate, and it's good to, like, put all your heart into it. But, like, also be realistic about what the sport is, and also just look at, like, okay, didn't get it this time. So think
Yeah.
back to all your other improvements and how you're going to come back and improve again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I think one other thing, like, so the day of show is there's something called athlete check-ins typically. It's usually the hour before prejudging starts. And it's typically not mandatory. It's just there. I would say for your first show or two, go to it maybe. Or like if for your first regional show, maybe go to it. And maybe for your first national show, go to it so you can experience it. But they're typically kind of the same thing over and over. And for a female, we have like makeup, hair, and tan appointments to adhere to. And so prioritize those.
Right, yeah.
Prioritize your hair, makeup, tan, and then and being at prejudging on time.
Yes.
And and if you can make the athlete meeting and want to, go to it. Typically what they're doing is talking about the flow of show day, and which the expediters backstage are going to loop you in on. So when you get backstage, line up, they're going to show you what they're going to tell you, what they're they want you to do and
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
flow
If you're
show
new
is.
to that level of competing, like
Yeah.
if you're new to nationals, new to regionals, then
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely go. Because sometimes it can just give you a little bit of confidence to, ask maybe a couple extra questions or hear someone else ask a question that you were like, oh, I should have asked that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's nice.
Yeah, recommend going, but I wouldn't stress if, like, let's say your hair appointment was running late. Like, don't be like freaked out and like stressing to get there.
Right.
Like, it's okay if you did miss it. It's
Yeah.
I mean, but like if you have time, like it's right before prejudging anyway. So get to the venue early and sit there and enjoy it, and then you can ask questions if needed to the expedite, because usually it's run by like the expediters. Maybe a judge or two is there, and so yeah, sometimes it can be some good information to go to, especially for a first show.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
that's most of
then
show day,
finals,
right?
like
Oh,
be back at finals
yeah.
when finals starts. Oh, because finals typically runs faster than prejudging.
Way
Yes.
faster.
Way faster. So don't do the whole bikini goes last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then bank it or plan it based off how prejudging went. Do not
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
And
Either
so
when it
just
starts.
get to finals when it starts. Do the same thing. Watch finals until you need to line up. Go back for bikini right before bikini starts. And then be backstage until your class goes on.
Yeah. And then at some shows, they may only have like a top 10 do a routine, like at like nationals or stuff. And sometimes they'll let like have everybody go across the stage and just hit their front pose. So listen to what the expediter says, because every show kind of runs it a little bit differently. And then they'll give awards.
Yes.
So it's that's kind of a
exciting.
fun part
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, usually just do your routine and awards, and then if you're in the overall, you'll compete again. You'll be
Yeah.
compared again if you're in the overall. If you won your class, you'll compete against your other class winners in the overall, and then you're done.
Then you're all done.
Then you get to eat some food.
right?
Then it's
Then it's post show.
Yes.
post show.
Yeah.
I always pack like a fun outfit to wear.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Usually I go with black.
The black
Black
outfit.
again
You're all
is
tan
also-
still.
Tan,
Yeah.
a darker color.
Even if
Yeah.
you rinse off, you still have tan a
Yeah.
lot
Oh,
of
definitely
time.
go
I try to always
shower.
rinse
Definitely
off.
go shower
Yeah.
before.
I used to not. When my first year
Yeah.
or so competing, I used to just immediately go. But now I'm like, ew. Like, no, I go take a nice shower.
It's
I
the
keep my
nicest.
makeup
Yeah.
on.
Neck down.
Yep, neck
Yep.
down,
Neck
body
down.
shower. Get as much off as I can. Just feel fresh and clean.
Yes.
Put those new clothes back on. You feel like a whole new woman.
Yes, you do.
Like,
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And when the shows have been like too late at night, sometimes like I've not done dinner and I do a big brunch. That's really fun
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
But
A lot of times I just go back to the Airbnb.
yeah.
Or we go out to a dinner, or we walk around and we like pick at things, and it just
Yeah.
depends what the vibe is. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's always different. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's a dinner vibe, sometimes it's a walk around and eat vibe, sometimes it's a go back to the Airbnb vibe.
Yeah, it
Like,
just depends
yeah.
on how you're feeling,
Yeah.
who you're there with,
Mhm.
where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes both. Sometimes both.
And where you are too. Like, because if you're back home, like you might not like, I don't know,
Need to
might be a different
go
energy than if
somewhere.
you're
Right.
traveling.
Yeah.
And I think like no matter what your placing is post show, it's a celebration. You did
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
You did show day. You stepped on stage.
Yep.
You brought your best. You
Yep.
tried hard. No matter what,
Yeah.
win or lose,
Yeah.
it's a celebration.
It's worth celebrating for sure.
Show day is
For sure.
complete.
For sure. For sure.
It's all a big accomplishment. You spent so many weeks preparing for that moment, and now here's your time for that big sigh of, we did it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's like something I always like, no matter what, like, just give yourself an acknowledgement of the accomplishment of stepping on stage that day. And if you won, congrats.
Yes.
Extra congrats. Brownie points. 'Cause that's even more fun.
Yeah.
Wear your tiara to dinner.
Yeah.
I've done it.
That's funny. I have never done that one.
Really?
No, I've never done the crowd thing.
I
I
did
did
it.
it. I did do it. I think it's when we went to dinner at Idaho Muscle Classic. It was my very first place.
2019.
Yeah.
I did do that. That was like my.
I feel like I've
think
only
I
done
did
that
it.
like if
I
I'm
think-
going.
I feel like I have pictures, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
I have photos of us there. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to like.
I'll have to find
I feel
those
like I
and send
did
those to
wear
you.
the crown. I think I did. Maybe I don't know.
That's funny.
No,
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, I've never done it
No.
since.
No.
Like We don't get crowns anymore. We get medals and
Yeah.
trophies maybe, but it's usually
Yeah.
It
medals.
just depends on the show.
It
But
depends,
no,
yeah.
I won't anymore. I just put it back in. I just put it in the competition bag. And
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'd only do it if it was like a really big one. I think if I like qualified for the Olympia and got a crown, I might wear it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
It just depends on the vibe though.
Yes.
Like if it's like we're going straight from a venue to a celebration, maybe. But if we go back to the hotel, like I'm not gonna like make effort to put it back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Like no,
especially with hair and
I'm
all
not
that
carrying
stuff,
it
yeah.
with me. I don't know though. If I win a
Yes.
pro show, I might just be like
Yeah, this is
holding on to
mine.
whatever trophy
love that.
award tiara and
Yeah,
just
if
like
I want a pro card, it would just.
Yeah.
I would
just take the
stick
card
it-
with you.
Oh God, no! I'd be protecting.
Oh my
that
gosh,
thing.
flying home with one. How many people are like, "What's that?" Oh my gosh,
yeah.
I didn't want to let mine go. Like
I wouldn't
the
either. I'd be like, this is not leaving me.
the flight attendant was like, "You can't take that on," and I was like, "She's like, you have to like check."
Check it and.
And I was like, "No," and like we were already like in the like
Oh my goodness.
terminal,
yeah.
so I was like boarding, and they're like,
Oh.
"We're gonna take like." They
Like,
were
you'd have
they
to
wanted
give
to
it to them to check it.
yeah, and I was like, no, this can't get any wrinkles on it. This
That would
stays
be
with
me.
me.
That would be me.
You don't understand.
That's so
I'd be
funny.
like, does someone have an envelope, a cardboard envelope? Like,
I
you go
just
get me one of these.
Yeah.
Stuck it like on the side of the seat of the wall.
Yeah.
I convinced the flight attendant. I was like, it's a piece of styrofoam tag board. Like it's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. I just have to protect this with my life.
I just want to know what Anthony was saying. He's like, I'll let you handle this one.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, he did the same thing. So
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I want that thing with me.
No,
right,
absolutely.
It's
not letting it out
it's
of my
getting home.
sight.
Yeah.
Any other show day weekend things, you guys?
Not that I
I
can.
don't know. Not that I can think of. I
Mhm.
think we kind of covered it.
Covered a
like,
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we'll probably like think of something later, but we've got lots of
No.
episodes to come.
Yeah.
We'll just make
Yeah.
another
We'll
topic.
talk more, yeah.
Right.
You'll be competing again soon, and so you'll get reminders and bring it up.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Think of
Absolutely.
something.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, guess that kind of.
Oh, Cody's got something.
I got something. Don't forget your little post-show treat, or right after. Right? Did you guys say that? You guys didn't say it. I didn't hear you say it.
No, because we don't really.
I
I don't
usually
bring
have
any kind of treat unless a friend makes me something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bring any kind of treat because
Mhm.
all I ever want post show is a
Water.
donut, and
Water.
so I go. I find
fresh.
where I want to
Yes.
get donuts from at the place, the city I'm gonna be in.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just always ever want a donut, and so
Me, it's water and a Diet Coke. I
Oh,
pack a
and
water
fries.
and a
You do want
Diet Coke.
I
Fries,
do-
yes, but
yeah,
usually we go somewhere
to
and then
get
I'm like,
those, yeah.
but like right
you
after I
pack
have
those.
fries and or not fries, I have a Diet Coke and water in my bag because I usually
Oh,
really
okay.
want to hydrate afterwards.
I really,
Yeah, I always
I
have water.
do a
Yeah.
sugar-free electrolyte drink, like
Oh, yeah,
the
that's a good
Gator
one,
Light
too.
Zero. I
Mhm.
love having one of those, like cold. Usually it's in my hotel room though, but like in the fridge, and I literally like get in the hotel room and just like chug it.
Yeah.
Like it's just so refreshing because you can't like chug water on show day. Like even if you're drinking water all day,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same as like my.
Yep, I want to chug the water.
Yeah, I
want
want-
to chug
I
the
want so
water.
much.
100%.
Oh, I'm not
Yes.
usually that thirsty.
Oh, I'm
but-
so thirsty.
Oh,
Oh.
I drink so much water the other day. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of something I
That's
always
my
do.
big one. That's
Yeah,
my
I
big
do
one.
definitely want when we get to like the restaurant or whatever we're doing. I do definitely want a Diet Coke. That
Yes.
and then like some kind of munchable salty, like a fry or a chips or crackers, like something like that, and something chocolatey. But usually I've had my donut. I don't know. It's just something like that, and then I can figure it out from
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there what I
and then
want.
you're like,
But
I'm
I don't
good.
pack anything. don't
Yeah,
pack
I
anything.
usually used to pack like at least like one of those like a cookie or like a specific like one treat in my bag for
yeah.
finals. And then maybe I would have it. I used to have like
Or a
the
bite.
cookie. Yeah, a bite like while I'm waiting for like the
Yeah.
Uber or whatever to head back. But like
Yeah.
I like to like savor my treats. So like I'm not gonna like be like trying to take pictures and grab all my things and packing and be like cookie to the face.
Yeah.
Plus sometimes there's a lot of there's treats
Treats
backstage.
there.
Oh yeah, they had a
Yes.
buffet for us in Louisiana. They did
Really?
like they did
Yeah.
a buffet after.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I
cool.
did not participate as much. I don't think we did because it was later.
Yeah.
I think we were waiting
That's
too
so
late, but it was
cool,
kind of a
though.
nice thing that they
I
did
could
too.
have, but
Yeah.
I restrained myself.
Yeah, he was straightened himself.
Yeah, but you can pack something like that if you have something special
Mm-hmm.
that you want to like really enjoy. I know like there's some people like specific cookie companies and they'll like take a big bite of it for like a little video or a picture, and it's kind of fun
Yeah.
to do that at the venue when you still have your suit on and things like that, even just for the memory of the first bite of a cookie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially earlier on in competing. I feel like the longer you compete, the less that's like a priority.
Mhm,
But at the
mhm.
beginning, that's kind of something fun to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a celebration of like you had so much discipline for all your prep and
Yeah,
you
we can
finally
finally have
get
this
to just have whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm usually just trying to hurry up and shower.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Hydrate and
find a
shower.
place to go eat or order food, like so I
Mhm.
can chill and sit down.
Or just
I
lay
usually
down.
just want to like change and sit. Like
I want to be warm.
I
Usually.
wanna be-
I just want to be warm.
just get me in bed.
Yeah, I
Bring
just want to
food
go
to
to
me.
bed.
That would be her ideal.
Right?
Hand warmers, foot warmers,
Yep.
bed, someone
Fries.
bringing food to her.
Mhm,
Fries
Fries.
and a
Yep.
Diet Coke.
Yep.
She's
He
gonna have
knows. I'm
delivery,
like
fries, and an
headphones
electric
in.
blanket.
Yep. I'm like done.
That's funny.
I'm easy to please. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing to pack for show day weekend if you are traveling and even at home is for getting right back on your plan. Like sometimes it's nice to have some travel meals too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Some people take an intuitive day, but even if you take an intuitive day, if you have a long day of flying, it's nice to have some protein ready to go. That's your
Yeah.
regular food. You're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
So like I'll like have like some of my regular meals, like some chicken packed for the flight home, but then I'll like enjoy like at Starbucks or something. I'll get like a drink I really love, and then I'll get like a little pastry in the morning to go with
Do you
coffee.
know what
'cause
I'm
that's my
excited
thing.
about when on the flight home? So on the flight there,
Oh, I know.
you can never eat the airplane snacks.
Yes,
Oh,
the
yeah.
airplane
Ever,
snacks.
you can never
for
eat
sure.
the airplane snacks.
Biscuit
And they're either like
airplane snack.
Biscoff cookies,
Yes.
and
Little
I like to dip
pretzels.
them in the coffee, or the little pretzels, or like, I don't know, there's something else that's good. But,
Mhm.
and so then on the flight home, have your little prepped
Yes.
proteins and stuff. But I'm like, I'm definitely having each airplane snack
Oh, yeah.
on each airplane,
Yep.
each flight.
Yep. And ask them for one of each. They're like this
Yes,
or
that's-
this, and I'm like,
Both.
I
Can
will have
both?
this and that.
And that.
Yep.
Two?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then just look away. They will give it to you.
Yeah, they will give
It's
it
a
to you.
little awkward for
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
I do enjoy those on the
That's funny.
and like they're just
They're usually
crappy
like
little
under 100 calories.
yeah, they're just these
too.
little. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Like
no.
yeah.
So like I'll eat like my chicken and
that.
some pretzels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't go stock up on like stuff at the airport, like
Yeah.
the convenience thing, and
Mm-hmm.
like snack on that. I'll just eat my foods or whatever. Usually, if it depends on the flight schedule, I'll go eat a meal at a restaurant that's at the
Yeah.
thing.
We
but
went out for breakfast.
yeah,
Mhm.
And just enjoy it and make plans for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we didn't talk about feedback either. You can stay and get
oh,
feedback.
feedback. That's
Yeah,
important.
that's a
Yeah.
huge one.
Okay.
We're like sitting here thinking of more and more things just
Yeah.
to make this episode longer for y'all listening.
Real quick, feedback. If you can get
In person.
wait in line and get in-person feedback.
And do pull up your stage photos while you're waiting in line. Usually they're there. Or like if someone has photos, sometimes they'll have them.
I think usually for
helps.
national and pro level, they'll be on there. A lot of regional, sometimes they
It
don't even
takes, like,
show up for a
2
week or 2 weeks.
That's
or
true.
2, yeah.
But if you do have a stage shot for like that higher
Or if
level,
your friends and family got pictures or videos of you, or sometimes there's some good ones now with the iPhone, like then bring those up and show the judge.
and if you can't stay for feedback or like the show is still going for some reason and you have to leave, you
Email.
can, yeah, a lot of times like on the promoters like website, they'll have an email for you to reach out to, and you can send like your stage shots and an email to a judge there for feedback. So sometimes I do both. Like
Yeah.
I'll get feedback from like the judges that I'm waiting in line for, and I'll still send an email to then like the head judge, so then I can kind of get like multiple takes on
Yeah.
on what
But yeah,
what
definitely
maybe
get
needs
your
to happen.
feedback. Like
Yeah.
try not to, I don't know, I guess, I want to say try not to assume your feedback. Sometimes though, you can like, I don't, it depends on like, were you in first call outs? Were you,
You could always go confirm what you think.
go confirm. I think like don't
You know?
don't assume, and don't just be like, oh, they're gonna say this and then not get the feedback.
Yeah, I would
because the
never do
other
that.
thing is like maybe like start to kind of like just, if you're trying to move up in the sport, get them to know who you are.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
And
show
show
up and
some appreciation, for the fact that
introduce
they judged.
yourself,
Yeah.
be a professional,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
just have a
absolutely.
conversation with them if you can, like
Mhm.
just really show that you're invested and that you want to come back improved. And then because then usually typically, I mean, at least like most of the judges I've talked to, they're like invested in giving you feedback
Yeah,
and helping you on
absolutely.
how to like plan for the next show and
Yeah.
what to bring for improvements and stuff like that. So just be a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they judge because they love this sport. It's
Yeah.
not their
It's
full
not their
time
career.
job. It's not their
Yes.
career. They
Yeah.
love
They're
this
giving
sport.
back to
They're
the sport. And
exactly.
You, us.
Yes.
And then take notes or of what your feedback is, because a lot of times your coach can help you interpret it.
Yeah.
Because if they say come back fuller, it might mean a few different things. It might mean more muscle, not necessarily eating more.
Right.
So it just kind of depends on what, like little things like that. Like,
Well, when you
Yeah.
get the feedback, then because what I do is I've got their feedback, but then I go and look at me next to the girls that I like lost to.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I pull
the
up, I
comparisons, yeah.
pulled up the overall,
Yeah.
junior USA's, and I'm like, okay, here's my feedback. So bigger glutes, all right, more depth density. Let's look at the overall girls. I'm like, oh yeah, a lot more density
Yes.
on the outside. Like it just puts it in perspective
Yeah.
of like. Okay, you
Instead
can
of just trying to
clearly
remember.
see,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
can clearly. Well, it's good to have that visual of like clearly see what the judges are talking
Yes,
about.
what
Like,
they saw.
so if you see, like, I can just use you next to the girl who beat you. Now go like from top to bottom and look at that physique, the front pose and the back pose. Like before you can get upset or anything,
You're in
be
your
really
feelings,
objective
yeah.
and just look at it. Look at the shoulders. Look at the waist. Look at how they pose. Look at their glam. Look at their hair, their suit, their glute size. Like look at everything inch by inch and like
Yeah.
just. Because then that will help you take that feedback and go, okay, got it. It helps that loss just feel a little better. And like
Yeah.
you can then just focus
Yeah.
on the improvement, make
Yeah.
a plan, and go improve and show up
It
better.
puts a positive spin on it because
Yeah.
then instead of focusing on what you don't have, it's like, okay, what is my solution? What's my plan to come back better next time?
Well, yeah, and that's what I did. So like for me, I focus. You guys know me, and I'm all a little like my stupid little glutes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm very like
Yes.
just like I have these little glutes, and that's all I focus on. That is like all the time is what I focus on. But when I looked at the overall, and especially the front pose, I was like, okay, I got this. I can
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
pro. I just have to bring up this area. Like it's just a way more positive spin on it
Yeah.
instead of being like, I'm probably never going to be a pro because like my glutes are just not as full and dense and round. Like I could
Yeah.
just focus on that.
Absolutely.
But now instead what I'm doing is like I've got one area and guess where all my energy is going into? This
Right there.
butt.
Right
yeah,
there.
be a student of the sport. Like
Yeah.
you study it, like it, like what, and it's an experience. Like it's like okay, so what a learning experience? Like what is it needed? Like
Yeah.
I'm like look at it as like you're studying, not necessarily, not like I'm picking myself apart and seeing how I'm not a winner.
Right.
It's like no, I'm picking out.
How can I be a winner?
Yeah, I am learning from comparing to the side by side what a judge saw, to interpreting feedback, to being what is the best way to move forward,
Absolutely.
and
And I
make a plan
think
from there.
Looking at like when you give if your coach isn't there with you to hear the feedback, when you're giving your coach the feedback, when you're talking with your coach, look at your guys' pictures together. Be looking at the same thing. Now you have the judge's feedback. Both of you are looking at the same thing and talking through it. So that way it just helps you just know like where your strengths are and then where you're just going to improve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
And then
that's a
partnering
big
with your
part of
coach
show
on that.
weekend. Too.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I think judge's feedback. That was good. All right, glad we got that one.
Okay.
I don't think there's any other super.
We're gonna
No,
stop
I don't
thinking
think
of
there's
stuff.
anything else. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There's like always so much that goes into a show weekend and so much that goes into competing. It's like I feel like that's why we can have a whole podcast, like just going and going and going, because there's never ending topics to talk about this. So I think that's
Wraps
That's
up
pretty much it.
handling
Episode
show day
15.
and show day weekend.
Yeah.
Episode 15.
episode 15.
Woohoo.
Out.
Bye.
Later, guys.